All right, this is an everything update, just a little bit of everything, starting off with general here. My wife and I's anniversary was a couple of days ago, Monday. This is Wednesday now. So a couple of days ago, Monday, May 1st, Beltane in the Celtic pagan world kind of thing, was our 30th wedding anniversary. And just thinking back when we got married, it was kind of funny. May 1st, here in Louisiana, heading to the church, when I was heading to the church, started sleeting, fine sleet, heavy sleeting on May 1st in Louisiana. By the time I got to the church, everything was covered in white. The cars, the grass, the roads, the building, fine white ice crystals everywhere going into the church. And it sounded like funny getting out of the car, walking to church, heavy sleet on the cars. Sounded like distant cheering. It was funny. Anyway, also thinking back to Monday, we just kind of chilled around the house, went to eat at all-you-can-eat Johnny's buffet, got her a coffee pot for the anniversary, and I got some little edging, garden edging for my little garden out there. Let's see. So really pretty chill for our 30th anniversary this time. We had one time done something big in Portal to Ascension. It's actually having a tour to Glastonbury, England. They're going to climb the Tor, and it's a big, I guess, pagan spiritual site or something over there. We've done that. Tara and I have done that. That's my wife's name is Tara. Some say Tara, T-A-R-A. We call it say Tara. But yeah, still trying to figure this stuff out about me and stuff. So we did do Scotland. Went up all the way up to Rosslyn Chapel. Checked that out. So we've done Stonehenge over there. Went to Glastonbury, climbed the Tor, saw the Red Well there. So done various things, just trying to figure all this weird side of me out. But anyway, that's the general stuff. I'm actually down at the Pink House. This is Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. I had to come into town, one of the only times to come into town and not go to the hardware store. For general, oh, I'm feeling my age a little bit. My hip is pretty sore. I am noticeably limping, so got to do something about that. But had to come to the store to buy ibuprofen this morning just to continue working here at the Pink House. All right, back from town. The ibuprofen has kicked in, loving it. Around the curve down there, I don't know if you can see, but there's a grader. They're grading the road again. On the way back to this house, I saw a neighbor, Junior, picking rocks up out of his grass. He said he blew 2 tires hitting those rocks. Like I broke the belt, he had blown 2 tires hitting the rocks in the grass from the being thrown into his yard. Did get the yard mowed yesterday here at the Pink House. Flowers are blooming. It's a pretty day. I mean, going to town is about 60 degrees. It's going to warm up to about 80. Everything's looking good. Like I said, got mowed yesterday, and I moved the Beehive. This wild grow up area is where I had the Beehive. I have moved it. I moved it last night while it was dark, trying to keep the bees in the hive, to way back there against the tree line. I don't know if you can see about the middle of the screen back there, that kind of corner, the edges out. There's a little white box back there. That's the Beehive way back there now. So I didn't move it too far from here. Jostled them a lot, poor things. I know it bounced them up and down. So it's not too far from here. So some of them are still coming back here to where their home was originally. So they're trying to come back here to the same place. Haven't reoriented back there. So yeah, I still see some here on the cinder blocks. I was hoping to start cleaning this out today. Not going to happen. They're not happy about being moved. Already got stung on the head once. I was out there, not even close to here. So they're pretty unhappy. Yeah, I've got stung a few times. And here's the location for the Beehive. Trying to get them to reorient. Some are still going back to the old location. This location gets the morning sun. Hot afternoon sun will be in shade here. Bees are not happy with me. I just came from their old location. Boy, they're swarming me, wanting to sting me as much as they can. Not happy about it. All right, so that hive is moved. Still got a few stragglers going back to the old location, and the ones that do go back to that old location are upset. There is no way I can work on that right now. Can't even get near it to weed eat or anything on the outside of it, the trees around it, because they're coming after anybody or anything that's nearby. So I did have my bee suit on, and even just going to the outside of that area, they're going after anything that's moving right now, those stragglers. So hopefully not too many will get lost in the move. Hey little children making your way across the yard, watch out for the bees. They're unhappy today. Unhappy bees today. Even up here around the house. Just went up to the four-wheeler here at the house, and one was up by the house trying to sting me. I said, okay. Probably smell the stuff on my bee suit. Probably has some of that pheromone on it. On the bee suit still on my four-wheeler. It's about where it was, so probably coming after me for that. Burning a few twigs in the fire pit. Also using the smoke to keep the bees away from the house. Those stragglers are out searching, wanting to sting me wherever I go. But also, I think I've got the pheromone on the bee suit because they're attracted to the bee suit. Even when I set it down in the four-wheeler, they're going after it in the four-wheeler. So no more weed eating back here, out here with the bees like this. I did have to get my thermals on and my bee suit. I needed those cinder blocks back at my main house because I am moving the firewood from under the woodshed and stacking them up. I've got an old ladder here that I'm going to use, but I needed those cinder blocks to go under the ladder. So I did go back out there, and boy, they really are. The stragglers are upset. But you see the ladder right there? That's the ladder I'm going to take back with me. A long one. I do have a nicer, newer ladder here with the flared out ends. That works really good. It folds up. So this old one, I'll just use for firewood. Well, that ladder was longer than I thought. My truck bed is 8 foot long and more than half was sticking out the back. So cut it, and still both sections sticking out the back of the truck. That's a long ladder, but not one that I would trust. That's why I bought the other ladder that's there now. This one is a light, thin aluminum that's been sitting out in the weather for decades and decades. And last time I got up on it, it's like, oh, no, I'll never get up on this thing again. And got a better one that is there now. So this one is being repurposed for the firewood. As far as strange happening, probably the most recent thing was last night. I sleep on the couch a lot of times down when I'm at the pink house. My uncle has his room off to the side. There's another bedroom I could stay in, but I just like the couch, so I sleep on the couch. Couldn't really get to sleep last night. Hip hurting, and didn't have my sleeping pills with me, so hard to get to sleep. But during the night, at some point, what time was it? I don't know, I think it was after midnight. There was a strange hum sound. I didn't know where it was coming from, but like, kind of like that. I don't know where it's coming from. Kind of odd, but it was almost like feeling like separating from your body kind of thing. So I physically turned and looked to my left toward my uncle's doorway. Nothing's there. Not seeing anything at all. But it's like I'm sensing a presence, but it's off the floor. So I'm looking at the top of the door as if I'm looking at the center of something. So it's something in the middle of the room off the floor. And my eyes aren't seeing anything. This is just mentally sensing something. And it's almost like I'm outside my body having a conversation with something there. And I don't remember what the conversation was. I don't remember anything about it. But it was like something changed in the room. And the room was there, but I'm also somewhere else in the room, somewhere else within the room. It's kind of hard to explain. But having a conversation, mentally having a conversation. At the end of it, I physically, with my voice out loud, said yes to something. Just yes. And then everything snapped back to normal. Everything, the room's normal, I'm normal, just looking around, just like, that was weird. That was so weird. That was probably the weirdest thing about strange happening. It was just something last night. And then here back at the house, main house, just got out of the shower. Hair's still wet. Just got out of the shower and doing the soap thing, just using my hands with soap. And put it on my arm. It's like, there's something there. What is that? And it was like a raised piece of skin. Almost just a little lighter patch of skin. And then one edge peeled up. I'm like, that's weird. What is that? And I peeled it off. And underneath, it was almost like something, it's going horizontal, started, and then came down to a point. And in the center, it's like a little puncture mark. And this second skin or whatever was over it. And I just peeled it off. And it's not part of me. I'm not missing any skin. But it was almost like an invisible Band-Aid, but like skin. And when it dropped in the shower, I tried to pick it up and it just dissolved, disappeared. I couldn't find it. But I took a picture after I got out of the shower, And just real quick, I mean, it was pretty red when I first took it off, but once I toweled off and got everything else, it started fading away. So here's a little clip of that. Nothing really, probably something just stuck to me, but it wasn't a bee sting. Like I've got bee sting on the head right now, and part of my forehead's kind of swollen because it's right in the center of my head. So it's, but not same thing with the arm. It's a little swollen right here, a little red, getting bee stung right there, and then here. But there, it's not swollen, no bee sting there or anything, and I don't know what was covering it. So that was kind of weird, just a while ago, just a few minutes ago. Anyway, Sheila Seppi actually called yesterday, and she had a very nice VIP type ticket for this thing called Contact in the Desert, but I'm not going. She was offering to me extremely cheap, extremely cheap. I hope she finds someone because she's got a granddaughter coming in, and she'd rather spend time with her granddaughter than going to this event, which I totally understand. I did the same thing, but I'm not going. I mentioned in the other video that some of these aren't really my thing. So I told her no, but it was sure nice talking to her, and thanked her again for easing up my migraine headache at that Portal to Ascension conference, which worked great. And it's always nice talking to Sheila. She's great to talk to. That's about it. Better end. This is getting long.